Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our City Skylines playthrough. You'll notice that I've done a little bit of work off of camera, and I filled in a little bit of this area here. I changed the way the avenue was. I made a kind of a strange little three-way intersection in the last episode, which was right about here. And I've since taken that out and essentially just made this one big long avenue. I'm looking at this today thinking we need to make some changes still. And the changes I want to make are that I don't like the way that this highway is really dividing the city right now. And we have a couple choices with this. We can make an overpass of the avenue, or we can lift the highway. And I find oftentimes in cities it's the highway that gets lifted. Freeway really when it's in the city, but highway. So I think what we're going to do is instead of having these overpasses and whatever, we are going to have lift the highway. And we're going to lift it right from about this point here all the way down this area and to the end, basically. Maybe we won't do this area, but we're certainly going to do up and over to get this avenue underneath. And that will allow us to have traffic flow back and forth without having, major obstructions and people having to get onto the highway or take a overpass to get onto the other side of it. They can just keep driving as normal on their avenue. So let's get started on that. In order to do this, we're going to have to bust out this bit of highway here. Let's start with this section. And I think what we're going to do is we'll pull back to say right about here. We'll delete that. We've got lots of cash. We should be able to finish this off, no problem. So let's now instead, let's bump this highway. Do we really want to go all the way back? Maybe we don't. I mean, does this area really need to be connected to here, or would it be enough to connect through here? I think this would be enough. I mean, the city is not massive right now. We may end up raising the whole thing later, but I think what we do is we give a raised portion here so we can give an underpass to this 6-laner and maybe even the 4-laner. The 4-laner, probably not. Probably not. So let's bump the highway up. We're going to use the ones with the sound barriers now since we're getting close to residential area. So let's start on this side. We will page this up. If I can find the key, there we go. And we'll do a nice pillar right before the road. And we'll bring that over, say, right about... We might pull that little street through, too. No, you know what? Let's just bump it down right about here. And then we'll connect back on. So this will allow us, hopefully, if we got it sitting right, to pull the avenue right through here. Let's get the other side in. So we will press the page up key. Try to get this symmetrical if possible. That's a little off, but not horrible. So let's pull the avenue through. This is a tree-lined avenue now. And we'll connect it up to this road here. There we go. So we have now a very nice straight through street without having to cross on ramps, off ramps, and yeah, this is looking pretty wonky. Let's redo that. That's why it's not symmetrical. It's a little out of whack anyway. Okay, so is that already elevated over here? Nope, that's just the barrier that looks like that. So let's page that up and we'll try to get this one as symmetrical as possible anyway. And let's take off snapping here. Try to keep these parallel. A little tough on the angles. Yeah, it looks about right. Let's see, how do we do? Okay. And pull that back down. Does that look any better than the last one? Yeah, it's a little off. Little bit off. It looks better, though. Okay, so let's see how traffic flows through there. Yeah, I like that a lot actually. It keeps the traffic flowing without them having to connect onto the freeway. I'm gonna try to keep the roads 2-lane as long as possible. If we find out that this is too much, like if people are getting off the highway here to get onto this road, which it looks like they are, we may end up having to do some tricks with the road. The buses are kind of bunching up here on us. Maybe it's just the buses creating congestion. We'll just let that pass a bit. Got a bit of a wonky intersection right here. I'm not sure if it's affecting this. It doesn't look like it is. So we are getting some major backup on this. And so we'll have to figure something out here. We may end up making this... Wow, yeah, we are getting a lot of backup. Oh, you know why that is because we took the... When we broke this section out, we took an on-ramp out of here that went onto this side of the freeway. So let's do something here. This, I think, will alleviate the traffic. We're gonna pull an on-ramp from this side, and we'll page this up because we're gonna be up onto the freeway, I think. That is super wonky. Let's try that again. Let's try it again. You know, all we have to do is pull it over to here. We don't want that big curve. We're just gonna go straight at it. Unless we absolutely have to have that curve. No, we don't. This'll pull the traffic off. As you can see, it did it right away. What we may end up doing here is upgrading that to a one-way road. And that will allow us to have more traffic flow. And we could do the same thing with this on-ramp here as well. There we go. Much, much better. We should be able to get the traffic flowing. We got garbage trucks backing up over here. How are we doing? Wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? What is going on here? We need a quicker way to get onto the freeway. To this side. So how do we want to do this? Let's do some experiments. We're gonna make a really interesting on-ramp here. Interesting or silly looking. It's one of the two things. I want to try to encourage the traffic to come this way instead of taking this road. And we might have to break this in order to do that. Let's give that a shot. So they would come down here instead and turn up onto this, is what I'm hoping, or come down here and then turn up onto this. Let's speed this up and see if we can get that traffic jam out of there. The purple bus line is really clogging this up, isn't it? We may have to work on the purple bus line a bit because it is really jamming up this intersection. It's amazing how one small change can just change the entire traffic pattern of your city. Hmm. The clog is somewhat clearing, but I don't think we've resolved the issue yet. We may have to break this and to encourage people to not exit here and instead exit later on to avoid this intersection. And the other thing we may have to do is take this road out. Or upgrade this road. I'm curious as to where people are going. So they are using the on-ramp. Why are they not using this one? It's shorter to take this way, I suppose. So can we pull one from here? That seems to clear the congestion a bit, but now we've got issues over here. Let's let this try to clear a bit. My goodness. One small change, guys, and this is what can happen. Are people really taking this to come back over this way? Yeah, some of them are. Maybe this was a bad idea in general. Got some water issues to resolve here, just one sec. We have room in the budget? We do. Okay, so this is very poor. It alleviated the congestion here, but it made it worse up here. So we will unplug this. And I'm going to step back and just think about this for a second. Maybe we need to upgrade this road, and maybe we need to take this exit off. So let's give that a shot. We will upgrade this to a 6-lane with trees, if we can. What's there? What is this that I can't place a road? Let's let this play out and see what happens. We may have to move this closer or have it come off of this road instead. Because it still looks like people are using this to get to the on-ramp. And not exactly what I was intending to do. I want any traffic that's still on this side that wants to get onto the freeway to get from this side onto it, not to come over to this side to get onto it. I suppose it would be better to have this on-ramp a little earlier on the road, wouldn't it? So let's give that a try. A little bit away from the intersection. That works a lot better now. Okay, hey, look we resolved the issue. It took a while, but we resolved it. I don't think we're gonna need this ramp here anymore, so it looks ugly and I'm just gonna demolish it. Let's go have a ground level view of how these people drive in this area. I really love coming into this first person chase cam mode. We're still having some water issues. I'm gonna have to fix that in a second here. Okay, so he did use the underpass to go to the on-ramp, which is not what I wanted, but it seems to be working okay right now. Okay, let's fix these water issues and then we can delve into this business park stuff. Probably just need another water pump. Maybe, yeah, that's okay. And we'll grab a sewage pump over here as well. Sewage. Do we have treatment plants yet? Yes, we do. Let's put a treatment plant down. That should last us a fair while. Let's see how much it puts it up. Good, excellent. Okay, we're done with that. Now let's concentrate back on the business area here for a second. We have this area here that we need to fill in, and I'm really liking the way that kind of our realistic neighborhoods look. So I'm going to copy another neighborhood, and this is a typical business layout, I guess. Business districts tend to have fairly long blocks, and so we're going to kind of isolate, say, right from here, and we'll bump a little bit down toward the graveyard. How far can we get by this pedestrian path? Okay, then we're going to split this up. All I want to leave is one space. Is this creating lights by chance? Yes, it is. We might do the next orientations like this, just to not have another intersection there. Or we could even just have this as a main drag without connecting these. We'll connect them by pedestrian path only. Come on, bump down. I almost had it. Sometimes this thing gets so finicky. Well, we'll go with this then. Okay, now let's put down some pedestrian paths, and since it's a business area, we're going to make these concrete. And I want them to be able to get from this central avenue over without having to traverse to the very busy intersection here. We'll do another one about midway down the block, and then maybe we'll have one connect over like this. I think these connect, like pedestrians will be able to walk through there. This one maybe not, but I think those did connect. And then we'll have one connecting this side to this side. And I'm contemplating one right up the middle here too. That might be kind of nice. Yep, I like that. This is going to be high density again. Excellent. Okay, we're going to leave this other side open. And the reason for that is I want to extend the decoration, the park, down to this area here as well. So we're going to use the tree brush tool, just fill in some of the gaps along here. And then we'll go to single trees to make it a little thicker. There, I like that quite a bit. So we don't have a lot of demand in the city right now, so to me that means that it's time to start improving services and checking our vitals once more. I think it's time probably that we start expanding up into this area now, once we get some demand back. And so I think for today, that's going to be it, guys. If you liked the video, found it informative, please feel free to click like down below. And if you're so inclined, subscribe as well. I always appreciate that. Until the next episode, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.